Hey, what is going on, guys? So in this video, I've got another installment of a few cool spy tricks. Now, before I jump into this video, there's a few things I need to address, given the feedback in the comments in the previous spy hack videos. So the first one being my soldering iron. Let me just zoom in on this tip right here. Oh yeah, you guys have been letting me know that this is a very dirty soldering iron. It's actually kind of funny. Trust me, I know it's dirty, but I don't really care because it's an older soldering iron. So yeah, just putting it out there, a dirty soldering iron is not going to kill you. Alright, so second point I want to make clear about these videos. They're like 99% for entertainment purposes only. I think my subscribers and the people who've been following me for a while understand that. So some of the newcomers are taking these videos way too seriously. Like I made a little deodorant stick shocker in a previous video. Basically just uses a capacitor from camera to hide kind of a mini taser in a deodorant stick. And yeah, that'd be kind of funny for like a prank or something. But again, if a bunch of people come at you and start attacking, it's probably not going to do much use. So yeah, just want to make that clear that these videos are basically just normal everyday objects that I can quote unquote modify a little bit to kind of emulate some cool spy stuff. So with that being said, let's jump into this video. So if you guys have ever seen like ninjas and stuff, you know they have these really cool ninja stars, and I actually made a video on how to make a real life one out of a saw blade, so I'll go link that somewhere, or just go search it up if you want to find it. But today I'm going to show you how to make a mini version of that using 2 X-Acto blades. So just kind of a fun project to mess around with, but be very careful obviously because these are pretty sharp. And in fact, I recommend dulling them down a little bit so they're not like razor sharp, so you don't accidentally cut your hand if you're, handling them. The blade edge is all facing in one direction, and that's actually why we had to break it apart. So now we need to attach these blades together in this pinwheel formation. So to do that, we are going to use some epoxy. Alright, so once you let the epoxy dry, you should be left with a ninja star that looks something like this. Basically, I just glued all the parts together and add a little bit of metal on either side to help sandwich it and help keep it intact. So now, let's make this look a little bit better with a black Sharpie. So I actually ended up just coloring the whole thing black with Sharpie, and I think it looked really cool. And honestly, this thing took me like maybe 5 minutes to make. So pretty cool thing to have, especially given how easy it is to make. Alright, let's go test this thing out. Alright guys, for the next trick, I'm going to show you how to build a fully working lockpick set right into some sort of plastic credit or debit card. So first, find yourself a plastic card like this that's used that you're not going to use again. I'm just using an old hotel key card. And then what you want to do is draw an outline of a pick and a tension wrench. So just watch this. So here's the outline I drew. I actually drew it a little bit bigger than you need it, just so we have room to play around with. But basically, one of them is going to be a straight line with maybe a little bit of a curve, and the other one's going to be an L-shaped line like this. Now let's carefully cut out these shapes using an X-Acto blade. So once you've cut out your shapes, got your L shape for the tension wrench and the longer one for the pick, it's time to actually make the pick and the tension wrench. You can actually make them super easy. In fact, in a previous spy tips video, I showed you how to make these actually a pretty good pick and a tension wrench out of an ordinary pair of wired sunglasses. So I'll play a quick recap of that right now. And yeah, now we're left with our pick and our tension wrench. And as you can see, they fit perfectly into the crevices we cut out in the card. So now there's a few ways you could cover this key up to make it look a little bit more presentable. The first way is quick and dirty with some electrical tape. All you gotta do is throw a little bit over the top and over the bottom. And yeah, now you've got yourself a key card that actually still works. As you can see, I left the mag strip intact, but it's also got a hidden lockpick and tension wrench inside. Now another way to do this to make this a little bit more legit, so if you saw it at like first glance, you might not notice that there was actually anything wrong with it, is to add another plastic card on top. Ironically, I've got another key card, so in theory I can get into 2 rooms in 2 different hotels with this, as well as open other locks. So this is really kind of like a skeleton key I'm making here. Anyways, all you'd have to do is put this over top, just like that, and attach it with a little bit of glue. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. And if you want, you can actually throw another key card on the back to make it 100% look like just a bunch of cards in a stack. So check this out, guys. I actually found another key card. It's identical to the first one. I guess I had 2 for some reason. But yeah, this is perfect. So now we can just throw this on the back right here. Again, you wouldn't have to use the tape to hold these in if you're using this triple key card method. Again, just add a few dabs of glue to the corners. Use as much glue as you want. But just remember, you're gonna have to take it apart if you ever want to use this. And just like that, we've got our triple key card with some lock key picks inside. And if anyone ever handled this, they just think it's like a bunch of cards just stuck together, I guess. Maybe they're old and they've got some like stuff on them. That's why they're sticking. But if you go ahead and throw this in your wallet, no one's gonna suspect a thing. And yeah, as you know, it's got some hidden lock picks inside. And now here's another quick flashback of how to actually use these keys to pick a lock. So we would just open these up and remove our lock and pick and tension wrench. And we're good to go. Let's check this out. So if you don't know by now, I like to make stuff and then I like to upgrade that stuff. So in one of my previous videos, I showed you guys how to make a USB killer. Basically, I took apart a camera and extracted the flash circuit board, and then I attached a USB cable to the capacitor. So this would basically dump a bunch of current into whatever USB port you plugged it into. But today I want to hide that device inside of a computer mouse. So this way, anytime you plug this mouse into a computer, it'll completely short out and stop working. And of course, it's going to look like just a regular mouse. Let's do it. So all I did there was connect the USB cable's data ports, the green and the white wire, to the capacitor leads. Now what this will do is when we actually charge the circuit, and it'll send a crazy amount of voltage through the data ports and fry the whole computer. Alright, so now the mouse is complete, and what I chose to do is actually keep it battery powered. This way it's much more versatile and it doesn't actually need any power coming in from the USB device to actually fry the circuit. Another thing you could have done is wire up the positive and negative wires from the USB cable, the black and the red ones, in place of the AAA battery that powers this circuit right now. Yeah, but I chose to keep the battery, and I made this little hole right here to actually charge the circuit. So all I have to do is press down on this button right here, hold it up to the microphone so you can hear the charging sound. So now it is all the way charged, and if I plug this into a computer, it'll fry it. Alright, so I'm going to test it out with this screwdriver. And there you go, we have our spark. There's a few cool spy hacks that can be done with like pretty much everyday objects. Once again, this video is for entertainment purposes, just some cool stuff I thought of. Again, these devices aren't going to save you if you're actually being attacked. They're really just more for fun. So if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And also drop your ideas down in the comments of stuff you would like to see me make next. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it for this video. So I will catch you in the next one.